Hello everyone, my name's Marlese. I'm a PhD student at the University of Canterbury in New Zealand. So today I want to share with you my journey of discovering how the cultural aspects of mine rehabilitation are taken into consideration in New Zealand, and also the story of a tribe or an iwi that my research group has partnered with to carry out this mine rehabilitation work. So in New Zealand, our country is founded on a treaty signed between the Indigenous people group, who are the Māori people, and the British settlers. So the Māori people, they are the tangata whenua, they're the people of the land, whereas the settlers, they are tangata tiriti, which is the people of the treaty. Now for the Māori people, being tangata whenua, the people of the land, they have this really deep connection to the land. So the land is part of their ancestors, and along with that, the resources are like a part of their ancestors. They're connected to there's no distinguishing between the resources being extracted and like their ancestors. So in this image, this is like exactly what the area where this particular mine and the people they live. And you might also be able to see that the mountain has a face looking skyward. So for these people, the mine, which was in the mountains above their town, it had scarred their mountain, and the toxic acid mine drainage was leaching into the streams, and the streams could no longer support a healthy ecosystem. So for these people, their mana, which is the prestige, the respect that they are due, their self-worth, being connected to the land, their mana had been brought down, been degraded, along with the mountain being degraded. And the modi, which is the life force of the stream, that's also been degraded. So it had been brought down from modi ora, which is a life-supporting, life-enhancing life force, down to modi mata, which is a dead stream. So for them, like when I entered this story, I heard their distress at the mana of their mountain being degraded and the modi, the life force of their stream, being degraded. But I also heard of this restoration project that had taken place. So the limestone had been added to the mine tailings and adits to halt the generation of acid mine drainage, and the tailings dam had been revegetated and grassed over and planted. So they had this hope that once the acid mine drainage stopped flowing into their streams, then the streams would be able to recover, and the forest would grow back over the mine, and it would just kind of like fade back into the background and what had been there previously. So when I visited them, I just grabbed onto that story. It was just like hearing like where they had been, where they'd come from, and also like looking to the future. The restoration project, it had reached the restoration targets of the local governing authority, which meant that the stream was safe for contact recreation, but that didn't go far enough to restoring the whole ecosystem of the stream. So these people, they were quite disappointed. But with this research group, we were working with them, partnering with them to be able to do even more restoration work there, and to be able to have that ecosystem restored back into their streams. So they had formerly, like eels were living in their stream, and that was their food source. And so because of the acid mine drainage that had been leaching into the streams, the eels were no longer suitable, and through the restoration they had this hope that the eels would return to their stream, and they understood that it wasn't just going to be a 2-year or a 5-year project, but this was for their grandchildren, their great-grandchildren, and if they could pass on that vision of where they were going to get to and having the eels and their food source back in their stream, then they could be proud and they could, uphold their mana. And through my PhD research and my future career, I hope to be able to do all that I can do to be able to help them to realise that goal. And then my mana will be, brought up. So, yeah, and I just want to say a massive thank you to my supervisors who have got me here, the iwi liaison group, the Māori people who are living in this area, and two awesome ladies, Jo and Robin, who they just paved the way for this race relationship, and have been, they literally wrote the book on how mine managers can engage with iwi in New Zealand. So, thank you.